All right, let's do this. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Leo here, CEO and founder of 𝗨𝗚𝗘𝗏 Educations, and it's my utmost happiness and joy to have him with me, 𝗪𝗓𝗓, one of my students from our job coaching program. And literally just 10 minutes ago, no, not even 10 minutes ago, probably 5 minutes ago, 𝗪𝗓𝗓 has received some fantastic news, and I'm bringing him in today to share with you his journey with our job coaching program, how it has helped him, and what has he learned, and hopefully he can inspire more students like you guys to not giving up on finding professional jobs and really keep pressing, because the job is out there. But first of all, 𝗪𝗓𝗓, thank you for joining me today, man.
My pleasure.
𝗪𝗓𝗓, for those who do not know about you, in about 5 to 6 sentences, can you quickly tell them who are you, what have you studied, and where do you live at the moment?
Yeah, so my name is 𝗪𝗓𝗓. I've been recently graduated from Deakin Uni. It's been just 2 weeks, right? So I'm just a fresh graduate with no local Australian experience. I do have some experience, but overseas. I've done bachelor's in civil engineering and a master's degree as well in civil engineering. And currently I live in Melbourne.
Gotcha. So walk us through a little bit about your history. When did you come to Australia, man?
Yeah, so I came to Australia in 2020, just 1 week before the lockdown. And since then I had been studying at Deakin Uni. So it just took me a bit long to complete my studies, because I just took 1 semester off, because it was a hard time though to study in the lockdown. So that's why it took me a bit long. I was supposed to finish my degree last year in October, but I just freeze one of my trimester. So
I got you.
A bit long, yeah.
So when you first came here, did you start looking for a job immediately, or when did you start to think about finding a professional job seriously? When did you get serious with it?
Yeah, to be honest, from the very start, I had been thinking, right, to just apply for a professional job, but as everyone would say, it's very hard to get a job here in Australia. So I just only thought I didn't do anything practically. I was just doing odd jobs from the very start. And when I was in my last trimester, so I just got a bit kind of serious to look for the jobs, and but I didn't know what to do exactly. I had been applying for jobs. I went for 1 interview, but the interview didn't go really well, and I just lost my hope. So I was like, it's not gonna work. And after I graduated, I just got through one of my friends. He just suggested me to start coaching with him, and it really worked well so far.
Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about the odd job, because I want to learn more about that. So what were some of the odd jobs that you did when you came here to Australia?
Yeah, to be honest, I've done only 2 jobs, right? Not like other students who just switch their jobs after every 2 weeks. When I came to Australia, I started working at Coles, and I worked there for 1.5 years, and then I quit that job and started working as a security guard at the shopping center. I'm still doing that job. I'm gonna quit it in the next 1 week, because yeah.
Okay, now tell us, obviously, I guess from my experience and from my student experience, they were not very happy with the odd jobs. So how about you? When you were working in those odd jobs, what were you thinking, and were you very upset with yourself that you cannot work in your field? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't really happy in the odd jobs, because coming to Australia, spending $70,000-$80,000 on your degree, so odd jobs aren't worth it, right? So every time I would just think have I come here to Australia just to do the odd jobs all the time, or am I going to work in my field? But every time just kind of listening to people that you don't have any PR, you don't have any local experience, it's not going to work. So just it was I didn't like it at all. That's why I just joined your academy.
Yes, yeah. And I like what you said about, you say a lot of people surrounding you, telling you that it is very difficult. They give you a lot of discouragement by saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. How important it is to have a good surrounding like me, always keep pushing you, compared to those who just keep pulling you down. How important to have good people around you?
Yeah, it is very important to have good people around you, people who are already working in your field, people who can motivate you, right? So yeah, after I joined the like the sessions with you, I just really got to know that I can do something, right? Like for this industry, first I would think that I'm just a useless person. I don't have any local experience, but you gave me the confidence that I can do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the program itself. Obviously, if we have to go through the program, there'll be so much you have learned, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it would take a long time, but tell me, what are the maybe 3 biggest lessons you learned from our program, our job coaching program, that really changed the course of applying jobs for you?
Yeah, I would say, like, first of all, PR is not important, like, to get a job here. Like, before that, I would just think, like, I'm not a citizen, I don't have any permanent residency. So I just learned that thing from here. And the other thing is self-confidence. Like, as you said in the very first class of our coaching academy, that like all jobs experience is also required. So it really worked well, because when I went for interview, they did ask me that you have worked at calls, so you know how to manage the team, right? So yeah, so it also, like, and the other thing that I learned is, like, that actually, like, this is what I think, but some of the people, they won't agree with me, but I think so. Like, you actually need a mentor with you, because you cannot do it yourself. Like, I was good at my field, but I didn't know how to make my resume, how to make my cover letter, how to go for the interview, right? So I would say, that after this session, I actually learned that you actually need a mentor for everything. You cannot just do everything by yourself. Like, you actually need someone to guide you.
Yep, and that will make your life a lot easier if you have some.
Yeah, and quicker as well, because instead of just wasting your 1 or 2 year looking for a job, it's good to have mentor, right? Because, like, I just got my transcript today, right? I just got an email from uni, so I just got my transcript and offer letter as well. So it's really a big day for me.
Very good. Now, now let's dig deeper into this thing. You say that for you, you want to start it early, but why did you not take a break from your study and then start searching? Why you want to start searching your professional job, like, immediately after your study?
Yeah, the thing is, like, when I was studying, right, like, the working rights and stuff, and I was busy doing odd jobs. I'm not saying I did the right thing. Like, I actually wasted my time. I could have started the professional job quite earlier, but just because of, like, the busy schedule, and I wasn't motivated at all, right, that I can get it. That's why I just didn't really work on it.
I got you. Because
Yeah,
a lot of your friends from your Deakin University, a lot of them, they think that they have time,
yeah,
and they kind of take their time, and only when they're about to finish their graduate visa, then they
yeah,
start to worry about it.
exactly. Yeah,
But for you, I like the fact that you are really determined. You came to me right after you finish your study, and you're like, Leo, I don't want to waste any time, and I want to start now. So that's what I think
yeah,
really set you apart. Now,
yeah.
talking about the course itself, one thing that a lot of my students, you did well, which is the cold call. Tell us, how important is the cold call? Do you think it's a very good technique to do to find a job?
Yeah, it's really a good technique, because I didn't really know, like, to be honest, that most of the jobs are not advertised, right? Because, like, the company I'm working at right now, we are actually looking for staff, but they haven't advertised anything on Seek. Like, they actually want someone to call them, right, to get a job. So it's the case everywhere, right? So the companies, they actually want people. Like, these days, they have been kind of, like, craving for employees, but the thing is, they don't have time to advertise it. If you call them, obviously they're going to hire you, because, like, most of our friends, they that were in our class, they just got their job by just doing one cold call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that, like, what does the cold call do to you? Do you think did it boost your confidence, that when you start calling people, do you think your confidence is being built as a result?
Yeah, 100%. Because, like, at the start, it was really hard, right? Because they would say no to us, they would just hang up the phone straight away. But the script that you had provided, right, I just kept on doing the calls all the time, and I felt very confident. Like, not at the very first day, but after a few days, after doing some around 10-20 calls, I felt very confident with that.
Obviously,
Yeah,
and talk about the follow-up as well, Aslan, because I think follow-up play a big part in your job, in the one that you got right now. So how important is it to follow up the employer?
Yeah, follow-up is extremely important because this job, right? Like after every second day, I would call them, but I wouldn't kind of like tell them that, you know, you're wasting my time or something like that. I would tell them that I can understand that you people are busy in your work, but still I just wanted to follow up, because if you follow up, right, the employer will think that you are actually interested in this job. You're not wasting their time. So follow up, like, I think so it's the only one thing through which I got this job.
Gotcha. And can you tell the viewers, like, how many applicants are there just on seek.com for this one job alone?
Yeah, so for the job that I applied for, it was kind of like a couple of weeks ago. So around like 73 people applied for this job. I just got it through Seek, but actually they were looking for a suitable candidate, right? So like you just trained me for the interview, and you helped me with my resume and my portfolio as well, because like when I went for the interview, portfolio was a different thing, right? Like when I showed them, they were like, you know, you have actually come prepared, is what the engineer told me. So yeah, it was just like, you know, one shot. I just applied once and got the job.
One shot,
yeah.
One kill.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
So well, that's really good, because maybe you might have heard some of your friends, they take them 2-3 years and they still working in odd job.
100%.
So for you, it's really fast. So for those who are watching this right now, can you walk them through how did we help you to land this job, a step-by-step level? How did Leo Lee Education involve in each step for you?
Yeah, so as you already know that I started late, like I was a couple of weeks late, right? Like I just didn't start the very first session, right? Like when I call you, you were like, we've already started the session. So I was like, you know, just give me some, still, you know, I'm interested. I can still start. I'll just watch the recordings. And so first thing first, the material that you had shared with us, like I just work on that. I just build up my own confidence. And when I met my resume and cover letter, I sent it to you, just checked it out, and you asked me to kind of, you know, do some changes, and it was really good. Like you appreciated it, and straight away I just applied for one job. Like that night and the morning, I got a call from the HR, and then I just like I wasn't really prepared for the first interview because it was a call, it was a random call, right? But it really went well. But the second and third interview, like you really trained me, right? Like different questions, because like state manager told me that you are very good at communication, right? And she would pass me to the next round and to the next round, and it really worked well. So it just took me, I guess, 2 weeks, right, to get the job.
Probably 2 weeks max. But 2 weeks.
Yeah, but the 2 weeks I was just waiting. Like I didn't do anything else. I was just waiting for them.
You're lazy, man. I tell you, but luckily you got it.
Yeah, exactly.
And tell them about how I tell you about the gift. And does the gift play a big part here in the interview?
Yeah, gift is very important, because as you said, like you have to make the employers like you. So gift is the only way through which they would, you know, kind of like you. They would think that, because like they are looking for a person who can work with them, but they are also looking for a friend, right? Like a friendly environment. So when I went for the interview, I got a gift with me and just give it to the state manager. So she was like, you know, is it a bribery or something? But she was kind of like joking with me. She did really like it, right? So the gift really played a vital role in getting this job, I would say.
Yes. And tell them, what do you give them, for those who are curious? What was the gift idea you got for them?
Yeah, what I did, I just got some sweets. Like I just went to the city. There was a famous shop, like, you know, just some Pakistani sweets. I just got it for them. Like it wasn't too expensive. Just something like.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Obviously, before this program, I guess you didn't think outside of the box like that, right? Really, what I did was I teach you to think outside the box.
Yeah, I had never thought that I'll take some sweets with me like to the interview. I thought it would look a bit weird, but it really worked well.
How about the portfolio? Obviously, the portfolio, you didn't have to bring the portfolio to the interview, but I tell you, Aslan, you need to work on your portfolio. You need to print them out and give it to them. Do you think that portfolio also helps you a lot with the interview preparation?
Yeah, it did help me a lot because like on our resume and cover letter, we just talk about ourselves, right? Like we don't like we kind of we like can't add pictures, right? Like so many different information about ourselves. So portfolio is the only one thing which can really help you a lot, because every people every person, when they go for the interview, they only go along with the transcript, resume and cover letter. So portfolio is kind of like a different, an extra thing which you can show it to the employer that you are actually interested in this job and you are the capable candidate for this role.
Wow.
Yeah.
And obviously it helps a lot. So probably last two questions here, Aslan. Now that you got the result, got the job, like how does that make you feel now, knowing that finally all the hard work has paid off? How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I'm like I still don't believe that I got it, because it was too quick, right? I just got my transcript today. It was too quick. Like I thought that I'll have to wait for so many years to get the job. Like I cannot express my feelings in words right now. Just like yeah, it's amazing.
And you think that without us, it will be this fast for you? Without our help, do you think it will be this quick?
Not even quick. I think like it would have been impossible to get a job so quickly without you, because like everything you showed us, mainly like you will have to focus on the interview, because like I've seen so many friends, right? Like they are very good at their field, but they're not confident. They don't know what to ask the employers during the interview and what to answer. So like the interview training, it really worked well, because as you know, it wasn't only one interview. I went for 3 interviews at the same company. So yeah, coaching, it's worth it.
Yep. Last question, Aslan, is for those who's watching this, would you recommend them to join our job coaching program? And if yes, like why do you think this would be their single best investment in themselves?
100%, because like most of the international students, right, like they're not permanent resident here. Everyone is on temporary visa. If you just keep on doing odd jobs, 100% you are just wasting your time, right? So instead of wasting your time, like it's good to invest this time in this coaching, right? And just get the job as soon as possible, because as soon as you start working in your own field, it will just make your ways a bit easier, and you will get your PR and other things very easily. So 100% I would recommend it, because it's a very quick solution, I would say.
Too quick, too fast, too furious, right?
Yeah.
Because a few of people who came to me, they say they want to join us, but they think this program is too expensive. But do you think the investment is worth it? Like compare with what you put in and what you got out, do you think it's worth it, the investment?
100% it's worth it, right? Like you can just make the same money in just 1 month if you get the job. So just giving your 1 month's salary for this coaching, it's really worth it, right? It's not about the money, it's about the time. Your time is important. You can just make the money later, but this time it won't come again.
That's right.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Aslan. I'm really pleased. I'm very happy.
Yeah,
man, you don't know how happy I am. I'm really pleased. You make my day.
Yeah,
right. So hopefully, when did they task you to start? When did they start not just to start?
Yeah, they asked me when can you start. So I was like, I can start as soon as possible, but they had to do some of the checks. They asked me about my references, and they asked me my degree and transcript. So I'm gonna send them, and I can just start next week, maybe Wednesday.
For sure. So all the best, Aslan. This is the first step for you. I know you're gonna keep growing. You're gonna keep flying like this. So this is just the beginning. And please keep it up at your good work. Keep learning and everything. And also, if you have any friends who need our help, Aslan, you know who to go to, who to refer.
Yeah.
Tell them about us, man. You better make me famous, man.
100%. Yeah. Thank you. And I would say like your efforts really worked well, right? Like without you, it would have been completely impossible. So I would say thanks again to you, because man.
Well done, brother. You take care, and we stay in touch. We take care. We stay in touch. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.